Welcome back to Beyond Insights, where we dive into the tools, tactics, and strategies that help accounting professionals and business leaders thrive. Today, we're talking about a role that's often misunderstood, or worse, underutilized, the account manager. Whether you're in a fast-growing firm, a scaling startup, or a more established business, your account manager can be so much more than just a point of contact. In this episode, we'll unpack how to build a productive, strategic relationship with your account manager, so you're not just getting answers to your questions, but unlocking real value, insights, and opportunities. From communication tips to goal alignment and everything in between, we're covering what it really means to get the most out of this key partnership. Today, we are speaking to Junaid Steele. Junaid is a senior account manager at Xero South Africa, with expertise in cloud-based business management. Oh, thanks for joining us, Junaid.
My pleasure.
Maybe you can just give us a bit of an introduction to yourself and how you came to be where you are today.
My name is Junaid Steele. I've been in the account management space for about 15 years now. Worked for pretty much all the accounting softwares that you can think of. Sage, QuickBooks, and now I find myself at Xero.
The best one.
The very best of them all, yes.
Nice. And how did you find your way to this particular niche, I guess?
Well, I studied marketing, and I found that the key to any business, you have to start with the accountant. And accountants are undervalued, and I felt that if I can use the skills that I've learned in the studies that I had in marketing to assist them to help build better brands, help position themselves a little bit better, I could not only assist the accountant, but also the business owners that they are servicing. So
Makes sense.
instead of going into the traditional, marketing and advertising, rather support the accountant, and they will in turn support business owners, because as you know, small businesses are the ones that make everything run in a country.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And they need their accountants to support them.
They very much do. Accountants around the world are the key to actually unlocking the potential for business owners. That's what I feel.
Yeah, makes perfect sense how you've ended up in this role then.
Perfect fit.
So if we think about some missed opportunities for business owners or accountants when it comes to leveraging software, what would you say that those are?
Not fully utilizing all the tools within a particular software. So a lot of business owners, accountants, they just scratch the surface with regards to said software that they're using. Do the bare basics, not understanding fully that if you train yourself on the software and use every single bit of it, it will save you time, it will save you money, and it will also give your clients and yourself a better experience. Another one would be not fully integrating all your softwares. So in our line of business, we tend to find accountants are using tools like payroll, accounting, analytics, and more often than not, these tools aren't speaking to each other. So you are still basically using this tool and then recapturing information onto the other one. So just fully integrate all your systems. In that way, you are then saving a lot of effort and saving a lot of time. Another one would be data. So a lot of accountants, or let me not say accountants, business owners specifically, would pull reports once a month.
Right.
Tools are there, or accounting tools, or let's call it AI tools, the tools that you have in 2025. You could pull these reports on a day-to-day basis to give you better insights, to make better decisions every day.
Yeah.
Not only when it is important for you to pull that information. So those high level, those are the top three that I feel that you're not fully utilizing software to their advantage.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I mean, the first one on actually you're making extra work for yourself.
Yeah.
You have all these different apps and you're not finding ways to integrate them with each other. And then I think the real-time data one is a massive one, obviously one that we speak about at SIFT a lot. I think gone are the days of only looking at reports like once a month or once a year, once a quarter. It's really about that real-time data now.
Correct.
So how do you think that businesses can better streamline operations, save time, and improve their bottom line through software?
By using tools like SIFT Analytics and Xero, you can get better insights into, like we just mentioned now, your day-to-day operations. Instead of you now being reactive, you can be proactive and understand where your business is going, pulling in things like your bank statements, using bank feeds, using find and recode or cash coding within Xero itself. These are simple things that aren't used in order for you to get those better insights into your day-to-day operations. What else is there?
Do you think it's also maybe the case that sometimes people have a certain software and they maybe get it for one thing, like say invoicing, but then they don't realize, oh, this can actually do so many other things because they haven't sort of invested the time in learning how to use different parts of the tool?
That's a very important thing that you're mentioning there is learning about the tool. A lot of the times you adopt new software just because it's what you think you're supposed to do.
Right.
Like getting into cloud tools. More often than not, a business owner will start using something like Xero because their accountant is using Xero, but you're not fully utilizing that tool and understanding and upskilling yourself on that on a day-to-day basis. So you're not getting the full value of that tool.
Yeah, it makes sense. And now the sort of main topic that we're here to talk about today is your account manager.
Yeah.
How do you think you can maximize the relationship that you have with an account manager? It's oftentimes when you have a software like Xero or SIFT or any other software, you will have an account manager who's meant to sort of guide you on that journey. How can you make the most of that relationship?
So that is very important what you just mentioned, the guiding. You know, I feel that we are guiding our accountants through a very, very vast world because of the amount of applications that are out there for you to not only connect into Xero, but just for you to utilize on a day-to-day basis as an accounting practice. Use your account manager not only when things are going wrong, because more often than not, picking up the phone when something's not working on a software.
Yes.
That's what we're there for. We're there to support you when something does go wrong, but use us when you want to know what new tools are coming out, what new integrations can I use to support certain clients, what new features within the system itself, what updates are coming out down the line that can not only save me time, but also save my clients time and money. So not only are we there to support you when times are tough, but when you're trying to think and plan for the future as well.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point and something that resonates a lot with what you were saying about data.
Yeah.
So you're going from reactive to proactive, not only in terms of, oh, I must look at real-time data, what's happening in my business now, but also looking towards the future and saying to your account manager, I'm not just here when things are going really badly.
Yeah.
How can we make things better going forward?
And that's also, it's a give and take kind of relationship. We should, as good account managers, also be proactive ourselves. If you find a good application and you know that it would work for a certain industry, suggest it to your partner.
Yes.
Pick up the phone and say, listen, there's this new POS system. It is local. It's not something, because a lot of the times the applications that integrate into our systems are international applications and they're a little bit costly. But if you find something that's new and it's local and it works, suggest it to your accountant, suggest it to your partner. Make sure that they have line of sight of something before they ask for it.
Yes. The relationship works both ways.
Correct.
And what are the key things a business owner or accountant should be asking their account manager to get the most value? So you mentioned about new software they can be using. What else do you think they could be asking?
How can I save more time? How can I save my clients more money? A lot of my partners are moving into the event space. Traditionally, accountants aren't seen as marketers. So we interact with our accountants or our partners on that level, creating events for them, making sure that you're interacting with your clients in a different way, because times have changed. Clients and accountants have a different relationship now. They shouldn't be just seen as compliance officers, as when I need that tax return or I need that annual financial statement, now I'm going to reach out to my accountant. Your accountant is a little bit more than just that. They can be your co-pilot when it comes to business strategy, helping you forecast, helping you with cash flow management, helping you with marketing strategy if they offer that kind of service. When you look at your cloud accounting practices now, they offer more than just tax and compliance. Some of these accounting practices offer marketing and strategy services, business management, helping you build a better brand, helping you position yourself better, helping you as a business owner communicate better to your clients. Because at the end of the day, you as a business owner have clients that you're servicing as well. And your accountant can be that go-to person for you to frame things a little bit better for your clients.
So I think just in the way you were saying that your account manager can help guide you through the software, the accountant is also taking on this kind of guidance role for their clients.
Correct. That's the landscape we find ourselves in now, because you have tools like Xero and Sift that make the job of an accountant a little bit easier. You have more time to engage with your clients about the things that matter instead of just focusing on the end result. So spend more time with the clients, finding out what it is that moves the needle for them, finding out what matters to them, and focusing on the things that matter instead of just the end result and the compliance end of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a much more interesting space as well.
Yeah, it is.
And how do things like e-learning and training sessions kind of factor into making the most of software?
I think it's the most important part of implementing a software, because of the fact that some of these courses are so short that it gives you that ability to do it on the fly.
The
But
sort of micro-learning.
Correct. And then also it's key for you to keep upskilling yourself on, because everything changes so quickly. There's new updates in the software possibly every week. And if you're not staying up to date with what is current in the software that you're using, you have mistakes, you have your team not, adopting the software. And if those things are falling by the wayside, you start to find that it starts costing you a little bit more, because you're paying for the software, but you're not fully utilizing it. Your team's not fully utilizing the software. And it just starts to become a costly exercise. And that's one of the reasons why people don't adopt new things, because I don't want to learn something new. I don't want to get into, but the courses are short. The e-learning courses are so short that you have the time to actually upskill yourself, upskill your teams.
I saw this article the other day where someone said, I didn't realize when I became an accountant that I would have to be doing continuous learning and getting CPD points sort of for the rest of my life. I spend so much time doing this. But I don't think this is actually something that's limited to accountants, right?
No,
kind of any industry, you have to be continuously learning. And I think especially with technology, because things are just changing so rapidly. And if you don't keep up with it, you're going to be left behind.
And being left behind is something that business owners do. They fear. They fear that. And your accountant, your account manager, they can shorten that gap for you. Instead of you relying on finding out this information for yourself, lean on your account managers to find out, now, what is this, what are the new courses that you have available for my team? Can we set up sessions where you could come to the offices to give us, training in person?
Yeah.
It's not just about you, finding out this information all on your own. That's why you have an account manager, and that's why you have an accountant. Lean on these people in order to upskill your team and upskill yourself.
Yeah, it makes sense. Also,
Yeah.
your account manager should know what's going on.
They should.
software.
They should. Yeah.
And your accountant is hopefully also being upskilled continuously so they can both guide you on this journey.
Correct.
So we've kind of been covering this already, that accountants historically have been seen as these number crunchers.
Yeah.
They're there for compliance, they're there to help you with your taxes. But how can they begin to think about themselves more like account managers?
It starts with the adoption of technology. If you are still on traditional softwares, desktop softwares, if you're still stuck in the stone ages, it will be difficult for you to pivot into that account management or advisory role. And business owners, they tend to think of you in that way if you stay that way. If all you're doing is providing the end result, you're providing that tax return, and you're not providing that advisory role, you're not giving those insights that the business needs to make decisions. So it starts with the adoption of tech. You as an accountant need to understand that if you have the right systems in place internally for yourself and for your teams, you are able to then pass that on to a client very easily.
And I suppose it's also a case of marketing, like you were saying, putting it out there that actually I offer a lot more than what maybe historically I've offered or what you might assume that I offer.
But you see it changing. You see it from on their websites. Historically, you would see, you go onto accountants' websites and what do you see? Tax, VAT, compliance, payroll. These are the things that they traditionally sold.
Yes.
But now it's business advice, it's strategy, it's business management, it's team growth. How do I pivot and become that sort of accounting firm? It starts with adopting technology.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So why do you think that accountants should try to adopt this mindset shift, that they should start using technology and they should start offering more advisory services? Because some accountants might still be kind of hesitant and thinking, well, offering tax services, compliance, that's what I'm used to. I've been very happy doing that for a long time. Like, why should I change now?
The business landscape is changing. Business owners want more insights into their day-to-day. They don't want historical information. That's already happened. I already know that I'm in trouble. How can my accountant make things a little bit better for me? Accountants are seen as a grudge purchase.
Yes.
I don't know if you noticed, like during COVID, accountants were essential workers. Why? It's because they keep business owners running.
Afloat, yeah.
They keep business owners afloat. An accountant is just as important as your doctor or your lawyer. That's how I feel.
But I think that, absolutely, I feel that way as well. But I think that a lot of people didn't really realize that before COVID or didn't really think about it. They were kind of like, oh, like you said, it's a grudge purchase. I don't want to have to spend money and then, having to pay more taxes. They're going to tell me I'm going to have to pay more taxes. I don't want to have to think about that.
Why wouldn't you want that person giving you a little bit more than just that piece of compliance?
Yeah.
That person knows your business better than some of the business owners themselves.
Yes.
More often than not, you have an accountant doing everything for a business owner, from invoicing to submitting your VAT. So that individual or that company that you rely on to do all those things, if they are tech savvy, they are able to then give you not only insights into your business, but insights into what tools you need to use to become more profitable. They can save you money. They can save you time. They can help you grow your business. They can help you go into other countries if that's your dream as a business owner. How do I operate in the UK? Who are you going to reach out to put your business in the United Kingdom?
Yeah,
your
there's
accountant.
really no one who knows your business better or who knows how to grow and scale the business better. So it's about like moving from the idea of, okay, I have to have an accountant because I have to pay tax,
Correct.
to what if I could actually use all of these other skills that accountants have learned along the way, including these tech skills,
Correct.
to grow and make my business better?
What better person to actually do that for you? And you don't need to go through this journey on your own. As a business owner, it's difficult enough running a business and managing your teams and managing the clients that you're servicing. Adopting technology becomes just another element of stress for you as a business owner. Rely on your accountant who knows what softwares are out there, because he uses his account manager, who knows what tools can integrate into your accounting software to make your business a little bit more streamlined. Use that accountant not only for tax and compliance, but also for business strategy and helping you grow your business.
And I think it also makes sense because if you think about it, your accountant would also benefit from your business doing better. Like, they're not going to want your business to fail. That's not going to be good for them. Correct. With you as their client.
Correct. When you grow, I grow. And if I can start focusing on the things that matter to you, which is your bottom line, we all win.
So how do you think that accountants can communicate their value a bit more clearly to their clients?
I think we need to pivot away from just communicating to our clients when they ask for things. Be a little bit more proactive as accountants. As you mentioned, it goes the same with account managers. If you see gaps in certain industries, suggest those tools to your business owner. Don't only meet at the end of the financial year. Do quarterly reviews with your clients. Do tech reviews with your clients.
Yes.
Do events. Get similar industries together and showcase how it is that we can work together in order for me to make your business a little bit simpler and make things a little bit streamlined for you.
And I think a big part of that as well is cultivating the relationship that you have with your clients.
Correct.
So it is more of a relationship. It's not just like, oh, there's this person that I see once a year who comes to help me with my taxes. Like, no, I actually know this person. We have an understanding.
Yes. Play golf a little bit more with your clients, That's one of the things that I started adopting now. Meeting my partners on the golf course. And it's strange how open they are when, you're taking them out of their comfort zone.
Yes.
How they'll start sharing certain things with you that they wouldn't share in the boardroom. Step out of your comfort zone a little bit as an accountant and start to meet your clients halfway, because they need more than just the numbers that you send them on an annual basis. They need you to give them that guidance as to, what do I need to save money? What do I need to actually grow this business?
Yeah. And you need to be comfortable enough to talk about some of those like sensitive issues, because money can be quite a sensitive issue. Very.
In South Africa, it's a very sensitive issue. The cost of things, one of the main things is the cost of software. The clients become very entrenched in the things that they use.
Yes.
So I've implemented something for you, let's call it 20 years ago. Why do you now want me to change? Communicate the value of change. Why is it important for us to make this pivot into cloud tech? Yes. It's very important for you as an accountant to understand what that value is, how that value sits between you and the client that you're servicing, and what that relationship, because it is a relationship that you're building here. It's not just, I need you for X. No, you need me for X, Y, and Z, and I can provide the service for you. And you're right, it's about marketing and communicating that effectively to not only your current clients, but potential clients that are out there. One of the aspects that I've been learning over the years is that accountants hate marketing. They feel that it's something that they don't need to do because they built their businesses based on word of mouth.
Yes.
But we're changing. Times are changing. We need people on social media, people on TikTok, people on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
They go to these platforms to validate whether or not you are who you say you are. And if I go online and I see, oh, so-and-so accounting is not on LinkedIn.
You have no presence.
You have no presence. You barely have a decent website. Or when I go to your website, it was created in 2002.
And it looks terrible.
And it looks terrible. Am I going to want to engage with an accountant like that? No, I'm not.
Yeah.
How can I trust that you are able to give me the advice when it comes to technology when I can see that your website was created in the 80s?
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think that whether or not accountants like it, you have to get on board with some marketing.
Get on board. You have to.
I suppose as we're kind of getting to the end of our podcast now, do you have any final advice for those listening who want to make their accounting and software practices more efficient and more impactful?
Integrate your tools. Lean on your account managers and your accountants for more than just the bare minimum. Don't only reach out to your account managers when things are broken. Try and think a little bit more proactively, or not only about your business as an accountant, but also about the business owners that you serve.
Yes.
And then the last one would be data is king. At the end of the day, if we're not using data in a way that benefits us and benefits our clients, then the relationship is actually pointless.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you ready for some rapid fire questions?
Okay.
So the first one, this is always a fun one, is one piece of software besides Sift and Xero that you can't live without.
I'd say, is it work or personal?
I mean, you can get both.
Okay, work would be Slack. It's the central base of all our communications.
Yeah.
I think if we weren't on Slack, I would be so lost because, our company is based in Cape Town and I'm here in Johannesburg, and everything that we communicate, it doesn't matter what, birthdays, changes in the software, it all happens on Slack. So Slack, very important. And then from a personal, Spotify.
That's a good one. I also don't know where I'd be without Spotify.
I'm on Spotify all the time, and I don't think I can function without it.
For music, for podcasts?
Both.
On that topic, do you have any podcast recommendations for our listeners?
If you're not listening to Diary of a CEO as a business owner or an account manager or any person with the pulse, then I'm not sure what you're doing with your time.
I've listened to hours and hours.
I listened to it on the way here. There was Ray Dalio, who's the latest episode, and it is a little bit scary, but also a little eye-opening. It's one of the key podcasts I listen to just to stay up to date with what business owners are thinking. Diary of the CEO is one. And then Pivot podcast. It's also another business podcast. I think you should jump on that as well.
Have a look. What's the most valuable lesson you've learned about building a business?
I think the key is business owners want more than just the numbers. They really want insights into how it is that I can make this thing work. I start a business because I have a dream. I have an idea. I hire an accountant because I want that idea and that business to flourish. So an accountant, an account manager plays a very key role in making me understand the numbers. Yes, the numbers are important, but I need to understand them to make better decisions for my business and for the future of success of said business. So it's about analyzing and breaking down that data in order for me to now make better decisions for my business.
Right. I think that wraps us up for today. Thanks so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for tuning in to the Beyond Insights podcast. Please like and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to right now. And please share with any of your colleagues or friends or family members that you think might benefit from listening to this podcast. That's all from us. Until next time, see you then.